All right, first the easy part. Two important limits. So the first important limit, the limit of the function x will equal a as x approaches a, and that's for any value. And that can easily be seen. We've got xy graph there, and this is the function f of x, or f of x equals x. So any interval we want to use, any open interval we want to use. So say we want to use the open interval between 1 and 2, and we're looking for the point at 1.5. Well, if you plug in 1.5 for x, you're going to get 1.5, and it's continually going towards 1.5 from both sides. Also, similarly, should be elementary is our second important limit. So the function, which is a constant, will always be that constant. So if this function equals, say f of x equals 2, that's my function. It's always going to be 2. So the limit's going to be 2 no matter what we affix for our x spot. All right, so the more challenging side, I alluded to one-sided limits before. We had kind of an example with that. So essentially what this says in this notation, this plus here, the a with the superscript plus, means coming from the positive side. From the positive. Which means going left. Which means this is from the negative, which means going right. And that's an A with a superscript negative sign above it, which means going to the right. All right, from the negative side. Let's take a look at this example here. We have a piecewise function. When x is strictly less than 2, our function is x plus 1. And we look at that. It is just a straight line. And as we get closer and closer and closer to the value 2, we hit 3. We actually don't get there because there's an open circle there. There isn't any value as we're approaching there from the right. There's a break, as you can see. But the limit from the positive side, negative side, so limit as x approaches 2 from the negative side, that equals 3. Even though there's an open circle. Again, we don't have to have the value defined at the spot of interest. Now, coming from the positive side, so when x is greater than or equal to 2, our function is a quadratic, so x squared minus 4. And if we're coming from the positive side, we get closer and closer and closer to 0. In fact, we hit 0 once we had our function equaling 2. So for this one, limit as x approaches 2 from the positive side of our function, that equals 0. Now we don't have an actual limit here for the entire function because those two numbers are different. We're not getting closer and closer to one value as we get closer. So the function has no limit, but they do have limits from both the positive and negative sides.